Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tojo, and today we're going to be taking another quick look at some collection pieces that I've either picked up recently or I've had in my collection for a little while. I really enjoyed doing the last video. It was a Shining Legends binder review for another piece that I have in my collection. I'll leave a link to the video in the description down below if you fancy going and checking that out. There's some great cards in there. It's one of my favourite sets of all time. So please do feel free to go and watch that video before we get started here today. So today, yeah, as I said, we're going to be looking at some more collection pieces. So I've got some single cards that I picked up recently with the idea to grade, and we're going to be taking a look at them more closely to give you guys kind of an idea of what I look for with PSA grading and when I make decisions on buying and selling things, or whether I think it's worth the wait for grading and stuff. And then we also have another really special collection piece that I've had for about 2 years now that's been requested by one of the awesome viewers of the channel, Heather, so I really hope you enjoy taking a look at some of these cards. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Okay guys, so quickly before we get into these collection pieces, I just want to do a quick personal plug. As you can see from the back, we've got some Japanese booster boxes, and here we have some Shiny Star V first print as identified from this symbol just here. So if you see the two boxes, this is how you know it's first print. I have 2 of these boxes available. I'll be breaking them over on my business account, so that will be either on Twitch or on YouTube Live. There are some pack slots left, so I'll leave a link down in the description below to my social media, so you can contact me on Instagram, via Twitter, or go directly to the business account on Instagram called Villain Cards. So yeah, we'll be cracking this live next weekend. For those of you who already have slots and already have packs, I wish you the best of luck. We're going to pull some lovely shiny Pokemon in the hopes of finding maybe one of these Charizards and then some other baby shinies and stuff, and maybe we could find ourselves a god pack. So yeah, still got some slots left. Thanks so much to you who've already picked up some packs, and as you can see in the back, we do have some other booster boxes lingering around. So we've got some Ultra Shiny GX, Tag All Stars, Legendary Heartbeat. There's going to be plenty more booster boxes where that first kind of Shiny Star V comes from, so keep an eye on that, and if you do want to get involved, then please do reach out. It's going to be a blast. So let's have a look at some of these cards, these singles that I picked up. So a concept that I've decided to pick up in 2021 is upgrade, so sell and upgrade. So plenty of things that I picked up over the last year. So I picked up quite a large lot of EX era reverse holos last year for around £50 in August, so really not that long ago. It was a great deal at the time, but I've managed to sell a few of those over on my eBay. If you want to go and check that out, it's Tojo Trading. That's the name of my eBay page. Still got some of those left, and some will still be coming on. A lot of them were kind of maybe PSA boundary 8s, 9s, and the pop reports on those are super low. So I decided, hey, there's some really expensive cards here, and I can let them go. And with some of that money, I decided to do, like I said, what I call maybe an upgrade for this year. So I found there's an account that I follow over on Instagram called ODV Pokemon, who's been selling some pieces recently. Go and check him out. Thank you very much for the really smooth deal. And yeah, he managed to throw some secret rares from the EX era together for me for pretty much the price that I sold an EX Crystal Guardians Delta species Blastoise. I sold that for around about £70. And managed to pick these cards along with another Rainbow Energy, which is beautiful, but we won't be looking at too much today. So these 4 cards for the same price, pretty much. So all the other cards I'm seeing as kind of extras that I'm selling off, and will be extra budget into other things. But let's take a look at some of these cards. So the first one up, I'm just going to pop them to the side. We'll take a look at that Charmander last. So the first one up is Rocket's Persian EX, a secret rare from the EX Unseen Forces expansion. Now you may be looking at this card thinking it's very dark and you can't really see too much, but that's just kind of how it is. So yeah, I'm going to pull it out. We're going to take it out the sleeve. We're going to take a look, hopefully take a closer look at this card as well. And we're just going to give it a quick inspection and see if we can see anything. So I'm hoping the lighting's good. It looks pretty darn good in person. The awesome thing about these EX era EX cards, the first time they actually released these EX cards, the format originated in the EX era obviously, are these glitter borders, these hollow borders. They're absolutely stunning. So we've got a really nice double swirl going over on this Persian, and maybe we wouldn't have seen that if it wasn't for the terrible centering. So that is the first thing that we're going to identify on this card. So I might zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Make the most of this new camera. Oh, wrong way. You can tell it's new. So hopefully you can see some more of the details here. So we can see down on that right hand side we've got a nice double swirl, but the border is a lot thicker on that side. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see some of the details there. So that is one thing. That's one thing on the notch that I'm not best happy with at the moment in terms of this card. Another thing that I'd advise anyone to do: buy yourself a ring light, buy yourself an LED light on Amazon, eBay, something like that, and literally inspect the card just like you can see on the camera here. You really want to get that intense light off on the camera. So the first things that I'm starting to see is we can see some marks just on the Persian's face. So if you just look to the side of the nose under the right eye there, you can see a mark on the card. So that is something, either an indent, some surface wear or dirt or something like that. So I'd be looking to clean that off. But any kind of extra maintenance like that, you do risk also causing further damage to the card if you were to try and clean that off. I can also, sorry I can't speak, see some surface marks up here, some kind of, not wear and tear, because I don't want to do the person who sold me this card disservice. Sometimes, you know, they come out packed fresh like this, or can just can get caught up in a sleeve or something, or during transmission. So yeah, another thing that's kind of knocking it down. And then there is another thing that I can see on the left hand side, and I don't know whether the camera is going to pick that up. Maybe you can see it just there. You see on its whiskers, left hand side, just here. So I can see a scratch. So for me at the moment, I'm seeing 3 clear physical flaws on this card in terms of the centering, surface marks, and then also that scratch over there on that side. If we go towards the bottom border as well, there are some scratches along this bottom border. I can see one just here. And this is just the thing with these cards, guys. Like, there's a reason why these are super low pop, and it is just because they are absolutely solid to grade. They can pick up just so many things wrong with them. So it's an incredible card. EX Era has some fantastic cards available, and yeah, I really want to get my hand on some more of these cards, and this would be a perfect, you know, kind of card for me to have in my possession that doesn't really warrant PSA grading, but also is a fantastic card with a fantastic condition to have in the collection. A fantastic binder piece, and something that realistically, without much close inspection, you wouldn't really be able to see much wrong with it. So the other thing that we've got down here is some whitening just in this corner. We've got another whitening speck down in this corner down here, another one top left, little bit of dirt along this top edge that I don't want to be too violent with clearing away. I would do something like let me just get something like a microfiber cloth, so like something that comes with like a pair of glasses is really, I can find, can be quite good for clearing off surface marks. I'm sure someone will tell me that that's the wrong thing to do, so if you do have any tips on that stuff, then please let me know. But yeah, so if we just take a look again, like we were saying, that light is a really good indicator for us to be able to see any problems. We can see some more little kind of marks down in this bottom corner just here, and then some other surface stuff. You know, like this card for me, again, I might be being too harsh, I'm not sure, but this card for me, I just can't see the risk in sending it to PSA is kind of worth it for it to come back like an 8 or maybe I'm being harsh, maybe it would be a 9, I'm not sure, but given the wait times, I'm not prepared to pay £50 plus for an express submission for that to then take 2, possibly 3 months, given the guarantees that they have going on over at PSA at the moment. So, like I said, I got such a good price on these cards anyway that if anyone is interested in them, then please reach out to me. I'll be able to give you a good price on these, separated out. Obviously, I won't be selling it for the proportioned lot of the 70 initial pounds that I paid for them, because I think the card just is worth more than that. That's just how it is. That's just how the game goes. But yeah, that's the first card, and we'll probably be hitting my eBay soon enough. But before I do list that, we'll be taking a further look at the set and the market around that card. So the next card that I have here is, and these grade fits are pretty beat up, so they're not doing the card a service, and it's definitely dulling the card, but it is a Charmeleon Holo, which to a lot of people, they don't know about the rarity of this card. You know, you might not know, maybe you might guess from the set numbers, but there are some just regular Holo cards that are secret rares from the EX Era sets. So this is one of them. The other one that's in this set, I do believe, is the Jesse and James Holo. So let's take a closer look at this card here now. Fantastic. They're just, I mean, this Cosmo Holo is just beautiful. Look at how much Holo is on this card. Now, I think I'm unfortunate that we didn't get a swirl on this card, which isn't great, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Maybe there's a remnant of one in this top corner. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, this card is looking beautiful. It's a great card, a great set card. But this is one that I definitely wouldn't send off to PSA. When I first got it out and looked at it, I could see some problems straight away. The first one being, if I can zoom in a little bit and catch the light properly, you guys might be able to see just on this top edge, if I can catch some light, yeah, you can get some silvering. You see up on that top corner there's some kind of like surface indents and stuff. So that edge just really isn't looking that great on this card. One thing that I will say that this card has going for it is definitely the centering. It is really well centered actually. I think it is anyway. Looking at it, yeah, I mean it looks pretty bang on centered. And the other thing is that there's a little bit of a kind of edge mark on this corner here, a little bit of I wouldn't say a dent, but it just doesn't look like the cleanest rounded corner, and that can happen just where from a card is dropped or pressed into a binder or you know, just any kind of wear and tear. The other thing around this card is let's try and catch some, if we can catch some light this way, just check the surface out. Not too much going on the surface really, which is okay, and I can't see any real kind of hollow scratching. I'm not too sure whether... Oh, I can see one maybe, unless that's a hair. Nope, I can see a couple actually. So there is one just in between his tail here, unless that's part of the artwork, but I don't think it is. There's another mark just across his belly. I don't know if you can catch this up on the camera, but these are just things that I'm seeing. And then there is another one just to the left side of the top of that fern, just there. So again, not sure whether I'm just being too harsh. These are all things that I just look for, but there's some more kind of silvering down on this left edge. You can see there might be some more down on the right side. I can see another one about halfway down that mark, and then some more kind of, it's not the cleanest edge on the bottom. You can see some kind of fraying. I don't know whether that's a thing. Sorry, I mean, I'm going to take my time with this, guys. I wasn't really intending for this video to be a kind of short and sweet one. I want to take my time and try and give you guys as much information as I can, and how kind of strict and things that I look for on. But EX era, I've seen this on some of the reverse cards that I've had through as well. It's kind of like this kind of furry edge, which is like where, I don't know whether the blade that cut the cards was just a bit blunt or something like that. But yeah, it's just a little bit off, and something for me that just, I mean, I get lost in that hollow pattern all the time. It's just a beautiful card, but something that I just wouldn't want to spend the time waiting to go to PSA and then come back again. Maybe I am just being a little bit too harsh. But yeah, centering on the back, maybe a little bit bottom heavy, so thicker bottom border than top at first glance. And then not really any corner issues on this one from what I can see. There's a little kind of mark maybe in this bottom corner just here. Nothing on this edge that I can see, and then a tiny thing just up in this corner here. But I don't really know whether that's much to go by, or whether that's just kind of the way that the card's been cut again. So another card, just the main problem is this top silvering edge, but it's another card that, I don't know, if I'm being too harsh, then you've got some more experience with grading maybe than I have, and you've had cards like this go through and come out the other side absolutely fine, then maybe I should reconsider. But these won't be hitting eBay for a good couple of weeks anyway, so yeah, I think that's another one that I'll just pass on. And then we'll finish on the one that you could see from the front towards the start of the video, my favourite of the three, which is this beautiful Ken Sugimori Fire Red Leaf Green rework of Charmander. And yeah, I'm normally a massive critic of them just popping, say, like a illustrated Pokemon like Vector just in the front and then just whack a background on the back of it. But this card just gives the whole spotlight to Charmander, and with some fantastic Cosmo Hollow pattern in the back. And just to go with it, we do get our wish, which is a swirl just by the top of his head as well, which is just beautiful. So let's just marvel at that for a bit. And let's take him out of the sleeve. Let's take a look. Like I said, I have looked at these cards before this video, so I hopefully have some kind of things that I'm willing to kind of point out, that I can say that these probably aren't gradable. And I've just spotted a few more things as well, which is always interesting. The further you look at stuff, the more you notice. The first thing I will say on this card is right edge is slightly thicker than the left edge. So we've got a right border that is thicker than the left side, so it's slightly right to left is what I would call it. Other people say left to right, but I think of it as the card has moved from the right side to the left side. So right to left centering there. The back is looks alright actually. Centering on that looks pretty good. Nothing that I can spot too closely there really on. There's not really much to complain about. Cornering wise, we've got a little tiny white dot up in this corner here, another one bottom left here, and then maybe a few dots just down here that are very, very minor, and then nothing else really on that top right side. So if we just have a look at the surface in the light there, I'm not really seeing too much. This edge is kind of lipped up a little bit on this side here, same on this side up on that corner, and yeah, I don't know whether there's similar edge on there and there. No, that looks fine. So the one thing, so we've got some corner wear and then we've got some centering. The one thing that put me off with this card, and I don't know whether I can see it, let me try and zoom in again. We're going to go all the way in. Wow, the quality on this is just ridiculous. I'm still getting used to this new camera and taking advantage of it. There we go, we're in focus. So the one thing that I could spot on this card was there was a slight lipped up edge just up on this side, and I'm not sure whether I can catch that in the light. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I'm not getting it. I can't get it. Can I get it in the light? Maybe I can. Yes, there we go. So just on this top corner, just here, we can see that little lip where something's just caught the edge of the card, and there's another dent on the corner just here. So yeah, and then I don't know whether there's anything else. There's another kind of lip corner / edging just up here. So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing that I've just noticed as I've got the card out of the sleeve and stuff is, if it will come into focus and if we can see it, I'm hoping we can, is there are actually some scratches just above the, come on, you can do it, get in focus. Come on, let's do it. There we go. You see just to the left of Charmander's head, just up there? Yeah, there's some surface problems just there on that hollow. So there are some scratches there, you can just see. And I'm not sure whether that's being built to the artwork. I'm pretty sure it isn't. But yeah, we've got some hollow scratches there. So very unfortunate that none of these kind of came through, I think, in a gradable condition. Well, that's just how it is. So hopefully you've enjoyed some tips and tricks on what I look for when I'm grading. Like I said, LED lights are your friend. You are going to want to check those out. But these EX era cards are super low in pop, so it was 100% worth the risk in me picking these up, especially for the price point that I got them. So regardless of the condition, I still got a great deal on these cards. So shout out to ODV Pokemon on Instagram. Thanks so much for these awesome pieces. Like I said, I'm not going to be selling them straight away, I don't think, which normally means I end up hoarding them for a while and then just growing to love them and keeping them in my collection with a lot of stuff that I end up doing. So thank you so much for those. So let's get into the main kind of bulk of today's video, which is taking a look at these, which is Southern Islands. Oh my god, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's get these in their full glory. So I picked these up in Japan about not last year, year before, 2019 went to Japan. These can come in two different kind of promotional packages. One of them is like with these postcards, which is like smaller, thinner releases, like release binder folder kind of things, promotional packages, and the other way is through these two kind of 9-page traditional piece binders. So these aren't sealed. You can see the Japanese price tag here. So I managed to pick this up for 800 yen, which is a very, very good deal considering the price that they go for now. And so these are some, these are just fantastic cards. I love this binder. They're just so great. There's like this enameled, like silvered name, which I imagine is the set name. And then obviously inside we have the Southern Island cards themselves. So if I'm able to kind of wiggle these out, we should be able to take a look. So there's the clear binder that these come with. There's two of those, so there's one for each. Some nice details on these include these like silver energies that are just up on here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Hopefully it will. Come on, you can do it. I think it's just because it's clear. There we go. You can see them there. So they run along the whole edge. Really, really nice. Really nice binders for them to come with. And then they also come with these promotional artwork sheets, these A4 sheets, which I actually can't fit in the whole frame. But they're on the back. So these artworks are, so for all of the cards, this is the full featured artwork. So each of the cards that are in the set are small snippets of these, and from different sections of the tropical island or southern island. I think it was called tropical island in Japan and then was changed to southern islands for the American and Western release. But yeah, these are the full artworks, and these would be in the other release, so the smaller packaging that I talked about. They come with postcards, and these are all of this is what the postcard design would have been. So I've just dropped the folder off. So yeah, those are the postcards that would have come with it. So that's a really nice piece. And then here are the cards. So what I think I might do, just because we're at 20 minutes now, which is normally kind of the limit I do for my nice kind of long form videos, is we'll just take a look at these, appreciate some of the artwork. The middle column is always where the hollows are for this side, and then on the other side they're on the left. I'm just going to pick this folder up. Ugh, foolish, I'm clumsy. And then we'll just get the other one to look at. And then I think what we'll do is I'm going to drop a like goal of 20 likes. I'd love to see 20 likes on this video. If you've enjoyed hearing some of the tips and you've made it this far to see these cards. If I get 20 likes, what we'll do is I'll do another video where I crack open these folders, take these cards out of their sleeve, and we'll have a look at some of their conditions and assess for maybe a PSA grading session. There's the fan favourite, there's the Mew up there. I think this is probably my favourite, the Pidgeot and the Onyx, and I just love how you can see the artwork blends into all three. And Ivysaur's another great one there. And there's a Ladybird, a Jigglypuff, and Butterfree. And then here is the other island, the Pikachu Island. This crazy ass volcano and amazing crayon rainbow. And then there is the full artwork pieces you can see, and the different sections of the island where these artworks come from. So a really, really nice collection piece, and I just had to pick these up. 800 yen a piece is absurd. The price point on those now is a lot higher, and if any of those cards are gradable, then that is definitely something I'll be interested in sending off. So if you do want to see that, if you do want to see me take the cards out, we'll take a look through them and check and see if we can find any condition flaws. Do like a mini pre-PSA video on those, send those off, and then we'll do a nice little return video eventually whenever those cards get to come around. If PSA sort that shit out, maybe we'll see them before the year 2023 or whatever it is, whenever we end up sending them off. So yeah, 20 likes if we can get there. We'll crack this open, take a look at some of the single cards, the condition of them, and see kind of where we're looking at for returns wise. But anyway guys, that is going to be everything from today's video. Thank you for checking this out. I know it was a kind of long, laborious one. I just enjoy the little details and checking out the artwork and the kind of informative side of the hobby. So hopefully that kind of reflects itself in the video. You guys feel that passion, and it's not just opening cards and all this stuff. That's something where I'm trying to take my channel over this year. Like I did mention in the preamble to this, Shiny Star V box break is happening next weekend. If any of you do want to grab a pack, drop a comment, reach out to me. We'll manage to sort something out. So yeah, thanks very much for checking out this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, and I wish you all the best of luck with all your pulls in the TCG or whatever your collecting goals are at the moment. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.